you want to know something fucking ludicrous? So, I don't know if I've been able to do that. We do have a pickaxe. But I don't know if that's just a coincidence or not. So, maybe I could have just bonked through the rest of them. So that'll be my next stop, is just checking what bonks I can make and where. But that seems a bit daft, that, oh, you just contain a treasure chest, do you? Oh no, you don't just contain a treasure chest, you contain an entire fuck of carbon dioxide for me to look at. First of all, though, obviously I do want you to open this. You contain a fun thing. Aquamarine, we're used to. May as well try and get your ability just while you're out here and we're on our little smackaroo adventure. Cause your funny chain hands didn't take that long. So hopefully it'll be a quick sort of... Huh. Intriguing. Right, so, like, but that would have to mean, like, we couldn't have gone... Like, because otherwise we could have just smashed through that. So maybe something has changed? Like, because we could have skipped an entire swath of the game, not that it would have been advisable. Because we'd have been wildly under... Well, I get... You know, since we're in this position, let's go back and get that potion right at the beginning. Just since the game has put us here anyway, let's just do that first. And then, you know, that's more enemies I can destroy and more abilities I can get. So that all works out. So let me go right to your house. With my many little steps I go along. Skeletal bones. Boof you in the snoot today. So that Spider-Man Miles Morales is pretty good, isn't it? I mean, like, if you were a fan of the, you know, Marvel's Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4, like, you knew this was gonna be. There's a certain quality that can sort of be guaranteed. It does seem to be its own game, because I'd heard, like, talk before it had come out that it was just, like, some sort of... like, effectively a DLC campaign that was being, like, packaged in with the PS5 re-release of Marvel's Spider-Man, is what I'd heard at the time. But no, it's like its own game, as it turns out. Like they've actually gone and made a sequel. So there you go. I'm not sure if it's as long. I don't remember how long it took to just get through, like, the first one, which is weird because I've played it recently. Which, to be honest, is sort of the only reason I jumped on Miles Morales right away. Is because, like, I would ordinarily have saved myself the money, but, like, at that moment I was just kind of in the mood for more of it. So, you know, circumstances conspired. It seems to have as much stuff in it. They've taken some of the more annoying aspects, like you had to get 100% on stuff. You had to do a bunch of crimes, like, in specific areas. It's like you just sort of had, and with how fast you move by web swinging, it was just sort of like a pain to confine yourself to that area to get the crime to trigger. So that's been taken out. His friends made an app about it. Like, you don't do the crime surveillance horrible bad dystopian idea anymore in this one. You, like, your friend has made an app and people just, like, report crimes to the Spider-Man. This is an entire other area that I wasn't expecting. We're not just leaving, are we? Like, there will be a potion here that will dictate this is the end of the path. But yeah, the Spider-Man community safety app thing is, to be honest, thematically a very welcome change from just piggybacking off of a thing that shouldn't exist. Like, because that's something that really bothered me going back through the first game, is just like, the only person in the game who has a problem with the Oscorp surveillance network is J. Jonah Jameson. Like, the fucking Alex Jones conspiracy theorist character. And that's some fucking controlled opposition shit. And it don't go away. It continues very much on in that sort of vein. It's like, with the police so underfunded, I was worried no one would find me. Like, yeah, sure you were, officer. But yeah, it's good, and I don't know yet. I don't know that I've unlocked, like, the full breadth of things you can do in Miles Morales, either. To be fair, like, I don't know how much other side stuff has yet to be unlocked. But what I will say is, like, there's more, like, some of the side missions you can do are, like, more intricately designed, and, like, there's this whole, it doesn't just feel like this non sequitur thing. Like, there are specific crimes that you can go and sort out through the app, and there's, like, each of them are like this whole scenario that's, like, very, very sort of engaging and, like, has a bit more to it than just there's a man getting away with a bus or whatever the fuck people do for crimes these days. Do I just want to use a ticket? Where will I end up, and will it be anywhere good? Then becomes the I've got to smash as many things as possible is the thing, because of the problem I've been complaining about in the previous episode, where I don't know that I'll get to smash enough things. I gotta smash them. I gotta break them into little pieces. Gotta do it with my hands, with my feet, with all of my limbs. And also the large array of weapons that I'm carrying with me, because it'd be a bit daft not to use all of those after I'm carrying around so many. I've got so many tridents just in my arse, waiting to pounce. The other thing about Miles Morales so far is, I mean, first of all, like, some of the crimes you solve are just, like, a bit... Oi! I've got a machine gun for a hand now, but yeah, some of them are a bit, like, goofy in an endearing way. Like, I won't spoil anything, because, like, it was fun to discover on my own, so, like, I won't take that away from any of you. I will, however, shoot all of the castle forever. So yeah, the tone's a bit different. Like, you're not as, like, this isn't a character who's been doing this for 8 years, which is a good way to sort of reset the stakes. But, like, another thing about it is that it's sort of held the same tone throughout, in a way that, like, the first one, like, feels longer in my memory than it actually is, because, like, there's, like, 3 distinct sections of it that are, like, very different to each other tonally. Like, they're like, 3 very distinct, like, not in a jarring way. Like, I actually like it a lot, because it feels like you're getting more from it. Like, it you know, really demonstrates the range that this property is capable of. It's sort of difficult to talk about this without, like, doing spoilers, but, like, I'm trying my best. But, like, Miles Morales so far hasn't done that. Like, it's... I've turned it upside down. It's had more or less the same tone throughout, but again, it's like slightly different than the previous 3 tones that this series has had. So like, I don't know if that'll change. Like, as I say, I don't quite know how far through it I am in reality. I don't know if we're going to have a surprise, more surprise villains like we do. But it's very good. And you probably didn't really need me to tell you that, to be honest, but, you know, I've got to talk about something, haven't I? I've got a big bird with a difference, haven't I? You also need abilities. Alright, we've had a machine gun, what about you? What can you do for your new thing? Do I want like a new... have my spear out for this? Just for something different to have. Oh! Fuck me, that was quick. Alright, what the fuck does that mean? Oh, kicking bicycles! No bicycle stands a chance. It's me, the ultimate cyclist, in the sky. Kick him! Kick. Where have you gone? You're going off kicking something completely different. Come on, kicky legs at these ones, thanks. Kicky. Go for them. Defeat them all with your pokes. Excuse me while I just do this for the rest of the playthrough. Well, now that we've got the kicks established, let's have a wizard for a minute. Put you on automatic. You won't like automatically stop time, will you? Because that can be costly. Well, you know what? If you do it at some point, then I will know. And then I will know better than to have you on that. Because I'd rather you didn't just spend all your money stopping time when I kinda don't need you to. One little gripe with regards to Myvel's Spider-Man. Myvel's Spidersman Morlo Moralamar. Miles Morales for your PlayStation consoles today, right? The point I'm making. And this isn't about the game, but he accuses Rhino of not having a sense of humour, and I don't think that's true. Like you see him do quips. The Rhino does quips. He's got one. He'll do it. He'll do you one for a rhinoceros jokes from him. He's actively better at it than Miles is, because like that's a whole point that he makes. Is like, you know, I need to work on my Spider-Man style banter. Like, he's awkwardly fumbling his way around it, which, like,
come on in.
is a nice detail to put in when it's happening across hours of a game.
What can I get you today? What will it be? Thanks as always.
I don't know.
What can I get you today?
You could maybe have had him get a little better, a little quicker.
Which do you like?
Um,
Will that do it? Take good care of it. Will that
But
take
that's
good
just
care?
my
Thanks as always.
personal
Which do you
opinion. I need to make new ones of the
Thanks
pair
as
of you,
always.
really, don't I?
Think you've made a new one? Will
Well,
that
we've
do
only
it?
got the one of you. Add it to my deck. What are we gonna call you? Mirror Spider-Man. Nah, that's too much of a Gromley's difficult. Ooh, that'll do us, surely. Right, and then a bird. Well, here's the more powerful bird egg for us to have by a slight margin. Don't think about that. Swack and beep. Lovely name for a bird today. We've got a bird for you. Down came the rain and washed the spider now.
Anything else?
I'll just wait and see if I get a more powerful shard by the time I'm done with Snowden's Bride. He might, give me another one. And then I'll be like, well, what do I do with this now? This would have been a better starting point for whatever the fuck I've got to do now with my life. I'm gonna go to Garibaldi to try and punch that wall again. I find this isn't a teleport room at all. So I've no notion as to why, but the Rhino thing is sticking in my brain again. It just feels like, you're playing to an archetype there that the character sort of isn't, but that you were they wrote the character not to fall into the expected archetype, but then the quips didn't change, It just feels... I don't know why it bothers me, honestly. It just sort of... I guess because, it wasn't the they went to the effort to, make it slightly different than the expected thing, and then sort of, right, fucking, okay, they fucking, what's not Tom Hiddleston. Oh, it'll make sense once I remember the name and then can make the point. They made him Tom fucking Holland, right? For Miles Morales, they changed Peter Parker's design, right? And they retroactively put this into it. There's a recap cutscene for showing you what happened in the previous game, and they put this new model in what is otherwise the same cutscene, right? And they made Peter Parker look more like Tom Holland from the Spider-Man Marvel Cinematic ones. Right? That fucking bothers me. That's not... Fuck you for that. You are allowed to have designs that are not just a copy of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you fucking cowards. When that Avengers game was one thing, because it was like that from the beginning, and all it really did was just sort of set the tone. We all knew that this was from the moment they said it's going to be a multi-year content. It was we've got a roadmap, and we're sat there thinking, Anthem was 3 seconds ago. How have you not? Come on. It's gone wrong right in front of you. How are you making this mistake right now? And apparently the player base trickled out within weeks. So that bore out, but it was expected, it didn't, that one didn't hurt, Here they've taken something that did look as different as another white kid can look, I suppose, but he wasn't Tom Holland, and then they made him look a bit like Tom Holland, retroactively taking something that didn't look like the MCU, and then a design that people put a bunch of effort into making that model and the cutscenes and everything to do with that. There was a fucking art department who probably had the crunch to do, to make all of that the way it was. And then it was some fucking executive just comes in and is we want him to look like the thing that made a lot of money, please. Do it again. And it's just it's borderline sinister, to be honest. The fucking disregard for the fucking effort and artistic vision of like the people making the game to one side, the retroactive homogenization and like just fucking aggregation of everything into one fucking corporate image. Like it's antithetical to art. And it feels like something's slipping almost. Like here was this thing that did really well. That's the thing. This did well enough on its own merit, to not have to lean on that. Like, when you made your fucking Anthem clone, it made sense to do that, because you wouldn't have had a chance otherwise. As it turned out, you didn't have a chance anyway, but you know, it's not our fault you didn't realise that. You could be forgiven for, you know, being convinced, but, like, I don't know, the naked cynicism just really bothers me a lot. And like, here's the thing, it's come after years of this bullshit. Of just the fucking, you know, executives meddling in how games are made and like how games are like played even, and just twisting this thing that I used to be like really enthusiastic about, and like still am to a certain extent, but like, fucking, you know, I'd have liked to live in a timeline where I could at least be partially excited by the PS5. You know, I mean, I don't remember being that excited by the PS4 at the time. You know, at the time of its release. But, like, now it feels like even more so, it just, like, it's not even that I care so little, I don't care so much. You know, like, I viscerally don't care. I don't care so much that there is a physical sensation attached to it. To the point where, like, I find it alienating to hear people talk about how they are excited for it. And that's, like, that's sort of depressing. Like, cause I don't want to begrudge people being excited for a thing, but I just, like, cannot relate. I don't know. I've just seen too much at this point. Right, moment of truth. Nothing. Oh, 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 I've noticed there's a little gap. There was a little gap. Waterman! Because you know what? There'll be plenty of time to be Satan when we're in jail together, but right now I've got to just fight all of the men and get this bird dealt with. It's part of a long bit that I don't know has even been explained. I found a funny staircase. You're something. Are you just another ether? You are, in fact, just another ether. You're not gonna swoop? No, there's no swooping at some things. Well, you're a staircase, though, and that's interesting. So what am I going underground for? Now, the last one of these I went in didn't amount to anything, really. So here's hoping you can give me those level 9 skeletons. That's not a promising start. Like, the thing is, we would have to have, like, gotten the devil at this point to get that, so you'd think they could give me something, you know, you'd think they could assume you're a little bit of a higher level at that point. I don't know why you're giving me weak bones. What you have handed to me right now is a calcium deficiency, and I don't know what your plan was. Bones away. Bones away. This is the Bones Away song. Bones away. I hit you underground in this tunnel that I've found, and I'll make you hit the ground. Bows away. Bows away? I mean, I rhymed ground with ground. I'm fairly sure. And that threw me off. Throw me off? Now the tenses are wrong. Man, linear time. Fuck that. Fucking hell, you don't have too many skeletons, do you? It's a gratuitous amount, even for me. And, you know, oh boy, let me tell you about the sheer number of skeletons I've accrued over the years. I've officially got too much bronze now. What a position to be in. Oh, well, hello. Oh, you're all level 75. Okay. Fuck that, then. Oh, you want higher level enemies, do you? Are any of you acquainted with Harley Quinn's surgeon? If not, why? I told you to be by 5 o'clock sharp! Yes, it's time. Okay, now then. Now we can get down to brass tacks and find out what we're going to turn a skeleton into. So we've already done that way. I can just keep using the same weapon. Just keep using the same weapon and you'll be right as rain. We obviously already know his abilities. So it's not a mystery that we have to wait for, but rather it's a carpet fallacy that we have to debate in the moonlight. Even though debate doesn't really, like, as an activity, doesn't really accomplish much, because like people sort of mistake what a debate is. It's not just like a good faith discussion that with the objective of arriving at a correct conclusion. It's who can shout the loudest. Like it's been gamified almost into this whole fucking sport. It's sort of forgotten its purpose, really, from the looks of things. And I've got carpet bombs at any rate, so here you are. Sometimes it takes a skeletal bird to remind you of what you've become. I think if skeletal birds just flew around setting people right, it'd resolve it quicker. You know, I think there's a reason the fucking three spirits worked on Scrooge. It's sort of difficult to debate something like that, isn't it? There's three spectres, hard to argue. You've made ghosts real for the purposes of getting this point across, you know. You're sort of immediately disarmed at that point. Just goes to show you the persuasive power of anything that's not normal. So we figured you out. That's that mystery. Under the sink. We put it there to keep it away from the propane, which we don't keep under the sink. I don't know where we keep the propane, but it's not under the sink. I've checked. I just there's that other door that I've just completely walked past. Apparently, like, didn't even notice that it was there. Will there be a level 75 demon behind this as well? What will I be forced to deal with today? You know, we've possibly run a bit long, so I might end this episode here, even though there's not. I feel like we're going off doing side stuff right now, so like there's not really. The natural end point isn't coming, so I think we're just gonna stop for now and swoop and then come back. But do join in next time when we'll solve the rest of our map mysteries. So goodbye, and remember, the bird has tried to take my face off. Horrifying.